Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Aster family. Thanks for the love, guys. But yeah, let's get right in today's update and see what's happening with Aster as we are going into Sunday morning. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys are noticing an audio difference. I've pretty much been asking this on all the updates recently because I did get a new setup. So, would appreciate if you guys are, seeing a major improvement in the audio. But anyhow, as we are going into Sunday morning, we're looking across the board, a lot of green as far as the 24-hour time frame is concerned as well. We're seeing a lot of green. Aster up about 5%, which is amazing to see, of course. Over the last 1 week, you can see, I wouldn't say over the last 1 week, even though, that it's showing on the crypto bubbles. I would say over the last 3 days, we have seen, the market shifting back towards the upside, which is, of course, nice to see. But Aster right now is at $1.18, also up about 6% on the Bitcoin side of things, with the valuation approaching $2.4 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at about 370 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So aside from the price of Aster, the volume that this exchange is doing is very impressive, considering this is quite a new exchange coming on board. And the more I use this, the better I like it. And again, it's giving Hyperliquid a big, big, big competition. And again, like I said, what a lot of people forget is this is a new decentralized exchange, and I think it's only going to get better as time goes by. So very, very good stuff here. Obviously, in terms of the native tokens price itself, and the tokenomics. Obviously, there's going to be more tokens that are going to be unlocked, from the airdrop, which of course can have a negative impact on the price because not everyone's going to hold. Some people might come and sell their coins. But again, that's where the risk strategy comes into play. I still do believe, the momentum could outweigh, the unlocks, especially once, we do retest some of the key levels and, Bitcoin starts breaking towards the upside. But if you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance here, dominance has been pulling down over the last few days, which is nice to see. Pretty much look at it from the 22nd. We have been in this downwards trajectory for the dominance. You want to see the dominance continuing to pull down. If you're an altcoin holder, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, I did indicate this in some of my most recent updates, but we're having a hard time breaking above the $112,000 price point, as you can see for yourself. But breaking above this key range, I think takes us back up to 114. But very impressive considering we're in a weekend. On the weekend, CME futures are closed, and as we know, we're approaching the last few days of the year. FOMC meeting coming up. A lot happening in the next few days. But over the weekend, the price of Bitcoin has held its ground quite nicely, but having a hard time breaking out of 112. But I think in the next few hours, if it's able to break above and close the daily candle, that would be a great, great start to this upcoming week ahead of us. But let's take a look at what's happening with Aster's price. So of course, we know about this low on the 22nd at a 94 cents price point. Since then, if anyone was able to get their hands on Aster at that price point, is up right now 26%. So quite a nice move towards the upside right now. But look what's happening now. As we were breaking towards the downside, this $1.17 was a support for Aster. You could see for yourself, we got supported here right after the liquidation, just 2 days after, we saw this being a support. But the good thing here, if you're an Aster holder, is that it has gone above, the October 10th low, which was around $1.10. So, that is a plus point that you shouldn't really be ignoring right now. But the $1.17, so I would say actually $1.18, yeah. So $1.18 key resistance clearly coming in our way. Breaking above this key range takes us back up to, in my opinion, to the $1.30 quite fast. And after that, pushing back up to $1.50 is not out of the ordinary. Again, if you want to put that into perspective, that would only be about a 14% move after we break out of the $1.30 key range. And looks like, it wants to break towards the upside because, dominance still really high compared to, where we were just a few weeks back. Bitcoin still nowhere near, the confirmation zone for us, nor, the new confirmation zone at 120K key range yet. Aster is making impressive moves towards the upsets. This is something that I am looking very closely to. And I do believe, this $1.50 key resistance is going to be retested much quicker than a lot of people are realizing. Again, breaking above this key resistance, I think takes it back up to these key levels quite fast, especially the fact that, we're above October 10th low. That is quite impressive right now. So, as far as the weekend is concerned, I like, the price action that we're seeing with Aster. Let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are. Where do you see the price of Aster going at the end of the year? So, on December 31st, what are your personal prediction on Aster of this year? Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and your bell icon is on every time you are notified that I will be uploading any of these updates. Thanks so much for all the love. Follow me on X if you have not done so already, and we'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.